जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। यशोदानंदन व्रजजन रंजन। यशोदानंदन व्रजजन रंजन। यमुना तीर बनचारी। यमुना तीर बनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन व्रजजन रंजन। यशोदानंदन व्रजजन रंजन। यमुना तीर बनचारी। यमुना तीर बनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की जय। रामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। दीन सुत हो श्री कृष्ण श्री राधा कृष्ण भो गोपनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरिवर्धन की जय। वृंदावन धाम की जय। नवदीप धाम की जय। गंगा माई की जय। जमुना माई की जय। द्वारका धाम की जय। स्वामी भक्तवृंद की जय। All glory to the All glory to the Thank you very much.
वन्देऽहं श्रीविष्णुपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साक्षातं श्रावणं रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवम् Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Lalita Shri Sakhanita Shri Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpati Gopis Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastuti Sapta Kancana Gaurangi Radhi Vrindavaneshwari Mrikha Bhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Mancha Kalpatarubhasya Kripa Sindhubhairvacha Patitanam Pamanebho Vaishnavebho Namo Namo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasari Gaur Bhaktarina Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you very much for your coming here and participating in this great moment of Krishna consciousness. So, we have been discussing yesterday that Namam Dushkitanam Mudha Prapadante Narab. So, miscreant, sinful life cannot help us in making progress. That we have repeatedly discussed, that we have to refrain from sinful activities. As we have stated several times, Dishamantagatam Papam. But the pillars of sinful life are four. They are, according to Shastra, that Kriyasuna Panadhuta Jatra Papas Chaturvida. Four kinds of sinful activities, they are considered the pillars of sinful life. What is that? Illicit sex life. In the human society, everywhere, there is a system, civilized method of system of sex life, which is called marriage life. This marriage life is just like a license for sex life. In the Shastra it is said, Loke babaya amishamadda seva nityastu jantu nahi tatra chodhana. Those who are conditioned so, these eating, sleeping, mating, these are the necessities of the body. In the spiritual world, these three things, the four things are conspicuous by absence. There is no necessity of eating there, no sleeping, no mating, no defense. That is spiritual life. So in order to advance in spiritual life, we have to voluntarily decrease these demands of the body. That is called tapasya. In our country especially, many great saintly persons, even kings, voluntarily they would give up these demands of the body. Not that artificially increasing these demands of the body. That will not help us in spiritual life. So this Trisanga or association with woman, That is a demand of the body. Loke bhavaya amisha madhya seva. Amisha means non-vegetarian food. Eating flesh, fish, eggs, these are called amisha. And madhya means wine, liquor. So all the conditioned souls, they have got a natural inclination for sex life, intoxication, and eating fish, they have got a natural inclination. Even ants, they have got all these inclinations. Expert psychologists and medical men, they have studied that even the ant, it has got also the same propensity. Loke bhavaya amisha madhya seva. So, when there is legalized or marriage under religious principle, it is to be understood a sort of concession. In the Puranas, there are tamasic Puranas where it is recommended that if you want to eat flesh, then you can get a goat and sacrifice before goddess Kali, and you can eat. The purpose is that if a conditioned soul has got the natural tendency, then why they are mentioned in the Shastras? The idea is just like Lord Buddha. Lord Buddha, his mission was to stop animal killing. Ahimsa parama dharma. Lord Buddha appeared being compassionate with the poor animals. Sadaya hridaya darshita pasu ghatam. There is a description of Lord Buddha's activities by a Vaishnava poet, Jayadev Goswami. He says, praying to Lord Buddha, Nindasi jagga vidhe raha stuti jatam sadaya vidaya darshita pasu ghatam kesavadhita buddha sarira jaya jagadisha. Lord Buddha appeared to stop this animal killing. But because in the Puranas there are sometimes regulatory principles of killing animals, therefore he had to deny the authority of Vedas. Because those who are after killing animals, they will find some clue that here in the Vedas the animal killing is sometimes recommended. But that animal killing is not instigation that you go on killing animals. You can understand by a nice example that the government opens liquor shop. It does not mean the government is encouraging to drink liquor. It is not like that. The idea is that if government does not allow some drunkards to drink, they will create havoc. They will illicit distillation of liquor. To save them, the government opens liquor shop with very, very great high price. If the cost is 1 rupee, government excise department charges 60 rupees. So the idea is not to encourage but to restrict. The idea is prohibition, at least in our country. Similarly, when there is allowance for sex life or meat eating or drinking in the Shastras, they are not meant for instigating that you go on. with this business as much as you can. No. Actually, they are meant for restriction. Therefore, for spiritual advancement of life, one has to know this basic knowledge, how we have to lead our life in order to make advancement in Krishna consciousness. We have therefore these restrictions that nobody can have illicit sex life. Nobody can eat meat and peas or eggs like that. Nobody can touch any kinds of intoxication, including smoking cigarettes and drinking tea. They are also intoxicants. And nobody can indulge in gambling. So, these things are necessary. Therefore, Krishna says, Chaturvidha bhajante ma sukriti naj. Sukriti. Sukriti means they are leading pious life. And these are the basic principles of leading pious life. No illicit sex life. Sex life is required. But there is already in the Shastra a license. You can have sex life with your religiously married wife, not otherwise. Actually, marriage sex life is not required, but it is just like license. The same thing, that there is no necessity of drinking wine, but those who are habituated, those who want to drink, for them government opens under so many restrictions in liquor stores. The Shastra also gives us this license. The Goswamis of Vrindavan, their ideal saintly person, about them it is said, Nidrahara Viharakadi Vidito. They conquered over the necessities of this body, which is called Vishaya. Conquering over sleeping, conquering over sex life, and conquering over eating. These things are required. Pious life means gradually decreasing the unnecessary bodily demand. That is pious. That is the Samantabhasya. Because Krishna says here that Chaturvidha bhajante ma sukriti, those who are living pious life, and those who are not living pious life, they are called duskritina, sinful life. So, by indulging in sinful life, it is not possible to understand Krishna. That is, Krishna also says in various places in the Bhagavad Gita, I have repeatedly informed you, Gisam antagatam papam, one who is completely freed from all sinful life. Jananam punya karmana, this is punya karma. Not to indulge in illicit sex life, not to indulge in non-vegetarian diet, not to indulge in gambling, and not to indulge in intoxication. So, Chaturvidha bhajante maha sukritina arjuna atha athati jnani jigyan. 4 kinds of men who are actually leading pious life. Such persons when they are distressed, Atma means distress. We have got so many distresses in this material life. There are 3 kinds of distresses, pertaining to the body, pertaining to the mind, distresses offered by other living entities, Adi Bhautik, Adhyatmik, Adi Daivik, We are always in distress. That is a fact. But there is a covering influence of Maya that even in distress condition we think that we are happy. That is covering influence of Maya. So Artha Arthati, Artha and Arthati, these two qualities are alleged to belong to the Grihastha. And Jnani and Jigyasu, these qualities are supposed to be belonging to the Tyagis. The Bhogis, the Grihasthas are called Bhogis, and the Tyagis are Brahmacharis and Sannyasis. So, Jnani, when he makes searching after God, there is no question of being put into distress condition or in need of money. They are searching after God for God's sake. What is the nature of God? Athata Brahma Jigyasa. They are inquisitive about Brahma. What is the nature of Brahma? They are called Jnani. And Jigyasu, they are also within the category of the Jnani. So the Jnanis and the Jigyasu, inquisitive, they are better than the Artha and the Arthati. Artha means distress and Arthati means those who are in need of money. So even being Artha or even being distressed and in need of money, we approach Krishna. Krishna says Mom, not any other demigod. Chaturjita bhajante Mam. Mam means Krishna says, Mam means Krishna. So, four kinds of men. Those who are leading pious life, Sukritana Arjuna, because they have no other alternative than to approach God for mitigating their distress. Actually, our invention for so many distress mitigating instruments, just like medicine, take for example, when a man is diseased, generally the counterpart is physician and good medicine. But Shastra says that actually they are not counteracting agents, because it is found that a man suffering from certain type of disease, although attended by the first-class physician and although offered first-class medicine, he dies. Why? Because there is no sanction of the Supreme Lord. So our counteracting method, even though they are very efficient, still, unless it is sanctioned by Krishna and God, they will not be effective. There are many such examples. Some years ago, perhaps you know, in America, they started one very strong and stout teeth. It is known, I think it was named Titan. So it was guaranteed that it will never be drowned. It is so well looking. And all the important men of America started in that sea for the first time. And after a few months, immediately it was drowned. So in spite of all scientific protection, in spite of all good brains behind the manufacture of this Titanic ship, it was drowned. See, in this way, we have to study that this Artha and Arthati, because they are, their background is Sukritina, pious activities, they know that without God's help, we cannot mitigate any of our distress condition or needy condition. Therefore, the Artha and Arthati, whose background is pious life, they approach God. Krishna, please help me. Although it is not pure devotion, Pure devotion is without any desire for material benefit. Just like it is enjoined in the Shastras, Samma Subhakriya Mati Pramama. The chanting of Hare Krishna mantra should not be taken as a mitigating agent for our distress condition. No pure devotee will desire for any material benefit by worshipping Krishna or chanting His holiness. That is also considered as one of the offences of 10 kinds of offense. Namnat balad jasahi papa buddhi. But in spite, even though they are not pure devotees, purity of devotion, it takes time. But still, in the Shastra, it is recommended that even if you have some material desire, akama sarvakama va mokshakama udaradhi. Akama and sarvakama, those who are actors, always in distress condition, and mokshakama. Mokshakama means those who are desiring after liberation. They are also demanding something. Those who are mokshakami, they are also demanding something. The siddhikami, they are also demanding something. But pure devotee does not demand anything. That is pure. Annavilasita sunnam jnana karmad anavritam. Anukullena krishnanushinanam bhakti ruttama. That sample of pure devotion is found in Vrindavan, among the inhabitants of Vrindavan. And Krishna was present. He was demonstrating his transcendental presence of Vrindavan. These gopis and the cow brought, they were the best examples of becoming pure devotees. The Krishna says that Chaturdvidha bhajavate maam sukritina Arjuna. So Arjuna also says param dhama pavitram paramam bhavan. Parabrahma param dhama pavitram paramam bhavan. When Arjuna understood the Bhagavad Gita, he understood Krishna also, and he said, Krishna, you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Param Brahma, Param Dhama, you are the Supreme Shelter, Param Dhama, Pavitra, this word is there, Pavitra. So, without being Pavitra, without being fire, without being free from contamination of material activity, nobody can approach Krishna, that's a fact. But Krishna is so kind that he orders that even if you have got some kamana, some desire, material desire, he says, you can take shelter upon me. Sarvadharma, you do not take shelter of anything else. Simply depend on me. Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sarvam. You haven't got to depend on anything else. I will give you protection. So we have to take faith in the words of Krishna and pinch our complete faith and devotion at the lotus feet of Krishna. That will make us happy and make progress in Krishna consciousness in order to achieve the highest goal of life, back to Godhead, back to home. Jadgatana nivattanti tadhama paramam bhava. So, this Krishna consciousness movement purely based on the teachings of Bhagavad Gita. It is not a manufactured, as you are hearing for so many days. Our basic principle is the Bhagavad Gita. It is not that we have manufactured something, as there are so many manufactured processes. So, if we actually take Krishna consciousness seriously, as it is assured in the Bhagavad Gita by the Supreme Lord, Krishna, we are sure to achieve the result without any doubt. Krishna assures, Ma Sucha, Don't be doubtful. Simply surrender unto me. I shall take care of you. The whole Bhagavad Gita is taught in that way. Manmana bhavamad bhakta madhyadi mang namaste. Mameva japrapaddante maya metan taranti. Ahameva sarvajagyanam bhoktata prabhureva. In this way, in Bhagavad Gita, I will find Krishna is the Supreme Lord. Krishna is the absolute personality of God. So, His instructions are there. So, our request on behalf of the Krishna consciousness movement that of course, as far as possible, we have tried to convince you during these 8 days function that if you also cooperate with us, Tadjosana asu apavarga vatman, then the result will be very quick. Simply, if you go back home, hearing all these instructions of Krishna, that will not help. Of course, any sane man will think over this. That is recommended in the Shastra. Through good association, by hearing from the devotees, one becomes purified, one becomes thoughtful about Krishna, but he practically applies in his life the instruction of Krishna, then he makes progress in spiritual life or towards the ultimate goal of life, to go back to home, back to God. It is not a fixed fact that there is no planet as Krishna Loka. No, there is. From Bhagavad Gita you have understood. But there is another nature. Besides this material nature, there is another nature which is called Sanatana Dham, Parastasmatu Bhavanna. And there are innumerable planets. They are called Vaikuntha Lokas. As much as there are innumerable planets within this material world. So these are all facts. If you believe Shastra, if you have got faith in the Shastra, then you have to take this path of Krishna consciousness in order to transfer yourself to the spiritual world. There is a spiritual world because we are spirit soul. Without being transferred to the spiritual world, we cannot have real happiness or real enjoyment. That is a fact. All these informations are there very explicitly. You do not try to understand Bhagavad Gita by malinterpretation and commentary. Try to understand Bhagavad Gita as it is and will benefit. That is our request. Of course, we are finishing this ceremony today here, but if opportunity is there, we can continue the study of Bhagavad Gita as it is, and if Krishna gives us opportunity, we shall try to serve you again more and more. Thank you very much.